Hope comes and stops us in our tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Used to be that's all it was. Now I have to look to see what time it is. Oh. Oh, won't you take me to the river? Oh, we haven't invited. Yeah, okay. If they get here, I will ask them if they'd like to be a part of. Hello, Amber. We're going to be in a big book today. Yeah. Right, I was in a noon meeting. Somebody mentioned my messy hair. I'm like, I don't fucking care. So I threw a little bit of water on it for y'all, so you don't think I just rolled out of bed. Not that it matters. Not that it matters. So, I didn't share face. I'm only sharing this to one place. So, I got a pretty nice compliment from a friend today. It was nice. Let me share this real quick. Friend Angel sent this to me. Oh, that's wrong rose. It's a different rose. Right here. It says, if you can lie down at night knowing in your heart that you made someone's day just a little bit better, you know you had a good day. And she put you. Oh, thank you. Thanks. It's nice. It's kind of tough when you get into the program and you start doing well, and then you get compliments and you're like, oh, fuck, do I really deserve them? And you do. But all we can really say is thank you. I used to explain it away, and that's just not very fair to myself. So I know what the problem is. I have a headache and it's just not going away. So, but I ain't hungover. I had a drinking dream last night. It's been a while since I had a dream, like an actual drinking dream. Before it was just my PTSD. That sucked. I woke up and I tried to go back to sleep, but then my wife's alarm went off and that was it. I used to sleep through that stuff, but now that I'm off the atorvastatin, I'm up at like 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning. I go to bed 10, 11 o'clock. Pretty zonked out, but a lot more. The hard part has been filling up the time. That's been kind of tough. I'm not used to it, but I'm getting better at it. If you're here, please say hello, whether you're watching the live or the rewatch. The house is looking really good. Put it that way. So we're going to be in the big book. It's our fond name for the book, Alcoholics Anonymous. We found out in the Daily Reflections a few weeks ago that it was going to be called The Way Out. But we didn't want to be the 13th way out. There were 12 other books named that around the same stuff. So I don't know how we came, we're alcoholics. The anonymous part, I don't know, man. Somebody had an epiphany, clearly, but we're going to be on page. I wanted to go back a little bit. No, I didn't. Wait, there was a plan. All right, yes, we're just going to start on page 83 in the middle there. I'm going to get to my back scratcher. When you get a little bit older, and extendable. I like an extendable. When you hit like 40, 45, you can't reach the middle of your back anymore. Kill. Good to see you, honey. Good to see you. Oh, shit. I forgot to take a med. Not really meds, just my regular, my vitamins, all that shit. All right, let's do this. Page 83, the spiritual life. Oh. The spiritual life is not a theory. We have to live it. Unless one's family expresses the desire to live upon spiritual principles, we think we not urge them. We should not talk incessantly to them about spiritual matters. They will change in time. Our behavior will convince them more than our words. We must remember that 10 or 20 years of drunkenness would make a skeptic out of anyone. Now, as you know, we're an example, right? I was listening. I don't remember who or where, what, but or when, but I know I heard somebody talk about how, you know, their parents didn't really teach them anything, and I thought, well, yeah, they did. Sure, they taught you a lot of stuff, even if it was not how to do it. Even if it was, oh, well, I'm not going to raise my children the same way that I was raised. Yeah, then you learned something. You know, we got to pull something good out of all of this, or I do, or it just turns into anger and resentment and this other stuff. I'm going through some stuff with my daughter right now, and there's a breakup, but he's like, well, I want to see the kids. I'm like, you're not their fucking father, dude. And you haven't once shaken my hand, nor even bothered to show up. So yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. Sorry, you don't get both. You don't get to pick and choose. Sorry, dude, but they ain't your kids. You're just another dude that came along and broke my daughter's heart. Just don't meet me in a dark alley, because I'm willing to make amends for that. All right, now that that's off my chest. All right. I'm sorry, but you can't take the hood out of me. It's weird because I'm sure people look at me and I'm just an average looking white dude, but I'm hood through and through, man. I grew up on the streets. You know, the rest of my family, they're white suburbia people. They can't handle me and the way I talk. So, yeah. There may be some wrongs we can never fully right. We're going to talk in the ninth step here, right? We don't worry about them if we can honestly say to ourselves that we would right them if we could. So it says, you know, like a lot of my ex-girlfriends, I didn't have that many ex-wives. I have 2 ex-wives. Okay? It's not for me to interfere. But if the chance comes up, because I wasn't one of those guys we stay friends afterward. I just wasn't one of those people. I had dated a few girls that were like that, but yeah, it was a lie. It wasn't true. Okay. But if the chance pops up and I'm going to be able to make that amend, yes, I stand ready to do that. Absolutely. Okay. But I'm not going to go out pinholing, you know, just right here, unless one family expresses a desire to live upon spiritual principles. I never, you know, my kids went to some Alateen, but that was about it. But I don't press any of my stuff on them. My daughter doesn't mind the God talk, but I don't, it's not incessant. Even though I love God more than anything else besides my wife. Yeah. And even then, it's close second. I know I should probably love God more, but you know what? He hasn't given me any flack about that. All right. Wait. Some of you have met my wife. She deserves everything, every amount of love. All right. Some people cannot be seen. We send them an honest letter. And there may be a valid reason for postponement in some cases, but we do not delay if it can be avoided. We should be sensible, tactful, considerate, and humble without being servile or scraping. As God's people, we stand on our own 2 feet. We do not crawl before anyone, right? Now we have unconditional love in our lives, but unconditional love does not equal abuse. No. Been talking about this all week. Kind of, it's always more to discover. Always more, you know. So, no, I bow before no one. No. I don't even get that excited about, like stars and popular people. There's some people, I might be not have many words. I wouldn't know what to say, but those are very few people because to me, they're just a child of God and you have something that you're needing to do here, so. There's a lot of stars that I'd like to shake their hand, say thank you for continuing to help out our community. Like Chad Gracie, the drummer from Live. They're trying to help veterans right now, but they're not taking any government money, and I understand that because of the silly requirements, right? But no, what comes? When I walk into a room, there's going to be reactions, and that's because I carry God in my hip pocket. It's going to, some people love it, some people hate it. There doesn't seem to be that much in between. But alcoholics are extremists, right? So find the right extreme. I'm addicted to AA and going to meetings and seeing my friends. It's a good addiction to have. There are healthy addictions. Walking, showering, taking our meds. There's a lot of healthy addictions. All right. Now, we're going to get to the 9-step promises. If we are painstaking, what does painstaking mean? It probably means what we think it means. But let's find out. Definition of painstaking.
Here's the definition of painstaking. Done with or employing great care and thoroughness.
Thoroughness. So in the 4th step, what do we do? Fearless and thorough. Painstaking. Fearless and thorough. Why is it fearless? Why does this need to be fearless? It isn't that you aren't going to have fear. Fear less. You're going to have less fear. Fearless doesn't necessarily mean that you don't have any fear. It means that you have so much courage that you're going to go through it and you're going to walk out unscathed. That's what it means, to me anyway. About this phase of our development, we will be amazed before we are halfway through. It is halfway through the steps because you never complete your 9th step. So when are you going to know when you're halfway through? Not only that, but don't stop your gifts from coming. It's halfway through the steps. That has been my experience. That's what I have seen because I have seen this happen to many, many people in steps 3, 4, and 5. We are going to know a new freedom and a new happiness. That's the pink cloud. We will not regret the past nor wish to shed on it. 4 and 5. We will comprehend the word serenity and we will know peace. That's 6 and 7. Because, right, we're aiming towards that perfection. And when we aim towards perfection, knowing I'm only going to make progress, it's okay. It's all right. But I'm going to try. No, I'm not even going to do that. I'm going to do it. There is no try. There's only do. Trying is just another thought process, right? Yoda said it, man. There is no try, only do. Right? So we got to do that. I got to do that. No matter how far down the scale we've gone, we can see how our experience can benefit others. That's one of my more favorite ones because I went pretty far down. That is not a challenge. It's not even fucking required. Find your bottom, right? There's no rock bottom in AA. There's no rock bottom. It doesn't exist. It's just something we made up to make it feel severe. It's just one trap door after another till death. And I know because I've experienced it, and I was this fucking close to dead. There are no pictures of me during that time for very good reasons. The closest you're going to get is my wedding pictures. I was just too embarrassed. I didn't want there to be a track record of Dion's bullshit. That feeling of uselessness and self-pity will disappear. Oh. I still go through self-pity and the feelings of uselessness. Bad. Yeah. But it certainly isn't like it was. I don't sit in it. I don't steam in it. As long. See, what is that? That's me striving for perfection, making progress. Yeah, that's what it is. We will lose interest in selfish things and gain interest in our fellows. Self-seeking will slip away. Our whole attitude and outlook upon life will change. Fear of people and of economic insecurity will leave us. That's a big one. Why is it big? What's the number one? It may have changed. It may have changed. Let's find out. Who knows? Things change. What are the top type fears? They just went into phobia. What are the top 5 basic fears? Um, 5 core fears: extinction, mutilation, loss of autonomy, separation, and ego death. It's not helping. Public speaking, then death. It's hard, man. It is not easy. I've been doing this in 1 month and a half. I will be doing this for 7 years now. Almost every day. Sometimes twice a day. When I first came into meetings, people were like, oh, I did 100 meetings. And I did 340 meetings in my first 90 days when I was 18. So it's not a competition. I needed it. It kept me busy and off the streets. I was living on Skid Row. Yeah, it's a big thing, right? So that fear of people and economic insecurity is big, because until we get rid of it, we're going to have a hard time telling our story. And you have to tell your story. It's in here. It's in chapter 5. Our stories disclose in a general way what we used to be like, what happened, and what it's like now. That is very much a speaker meeting. Yeah. But feels kind of, AA used to feel a lot safer. That's why I started the podcast. It's for people that have a hard time and speak. I am not one of those people. I'm a little introverted. Hey, I'm a lot more extroverted nowadays, but no, I was a shy kid. Very shy. Unless you were a bully, and then I finally spoke up. I got beat up a lot for defending other people. But I never went through the stage of hating girls. It was always when boys were picking on girls, and I'd be like, don't do that. Okay? I was just trying to impress a girl, and it never worked. They just saw me get my ass beat. Hi, Ingrid. It's good to see you. Dion's small bladder is hitting him. We will suddenly realize that God is doing for us what we could not do for ourselves. You know what sucks about having a smaller and smaller bladder? Okay. And I know I was a bedwetter till I was 11. Okay. And I've got a grit. That's why I'm like pissed. All right. So, because I worked very, very hard all my life to make sure I didn't pee the bed. So, are these extravagant promises? We think not. They're being fulfilled among us, sometimes quickly, sometimes slowly. They will always materialize if we work. Give me 27 seconds and count. Ta-da! I guess that was 24 and a half seconds. All right. I think I'm probably one of the only people that does this. I can get away with that. I don't have large audiences and everything. This isn't much different than a lead in an AA meeting. It's really all I'm doing. So, but I also take no money. No. This thought brings us to step 10, which suggests we continue to take personal inventory and continue to set right any new mistakes as we go along. We vigorously commenced this way of living as we cleaned up the past. So how long do we stay on the 9th step? Not very long. No. My understanding is the 9th step. No, I did not wash my hands. I also didn't touch anything. I'm 54. Okay. You think I pee standing up? Not when I'm in a rush. Nope. I didn't touch it. I didn't even shut the bathroom door. Ingrid's a mother. Yeah. Let me tell you something. I have to change my hand towel almost every day because I wash my hands so much. That's why it's funny. I'm very particular about that. And everything I said, we're worried about my hands. I'm kidding. I'm just having fun. I'm having fun. Okay. Oh, somebody asked me something about half-assing or something at a meeting earlier at the parking lot meeting. And I said, I don't understand. I said, what do you mean by that? Yeah, and I kind of gave it. She's like, oh, I'm just giving you a hard time. That was a lie. That was a lie. It's called gaslighting. And then, oh, we hope you come back. Oh, well, you just gaslit me. You want me to come back. Here's my answer to when people, oh, dear, we need you to come back. My answer is this. As my name implies, I'm a wanderer. I didn't touch anything. Sorry, but I'm not a girl. We don't have to touch nothing if we don't want it. That's the way it is. All right. I also didn't flush the toilet. Is that what you want to know? Unless you want me to go flush it so you can hear it on my really good. All right. Kel's probably laughing her ass off, which is good. We all should be laughing. This is fun. This is the joy of living. We get to give each other a hard time. And mean it. These are jokes. You know, so if we didn't do it, then you wouldn't listen to me for as long. We vigorously commence. We have entered the world of the spirit. Our next function is to grow in understanding and effectiveness. And from my understanding, what that means is keep an open mind. Just keep an open mind. Try and see where things are correct. Because it's so easy to see where things are wrong. I do that quite often. Okay. Now I notice I'm just start talk shit on Instagram. Now I have to get rid of Instagram too. I don't even really do anything on it. It's just when I go out and I need to scroll doom. So I think I might get rid of it and just do yard work when I go out. Or just, I don't know, not smoke. Huh. All right. This is not an overnight matter. It should continue for a lifetime. Like they're so nice. It should continue for a lifetime, you know. No, it needs to continue for a lifetime because it is easy to let up on the spiritual program of action and rest on our laurels, which we're getting to. It should continue for a lifetime. Continue to watch for selfishness, dishonesty, resentment, and fear. When these crop up, not if, it's a when. Because I'm human and it's going to happen. That right there, when these crop up, that is a form of acceptance. It's a form of awareness. Now, I'm going to do everything I can to avoid that. I am. Right? But instead, if I do, I'm going to take some action and I'm going to put action into it immediately. Right? Because as an arrested alcoholic, if I let this go on for too long, danger, Dr. Robinson, danger. Right? We discuss them with someone immediately. Got to 10th step it, right? That's what we call it. Did you 10th step that? No, I didn't. Okay, well, let's do that real quick. It doesn't have to be an arduous 4-stepping. You're already familiar with the steps of the 4-step there, right? So 10th stepping is just it's a much shorter 10th step. Okay, where was I wrong? Was I wrong? Well, I'm angry, so I'm probably wrong. Any extreme emotion, maybe something might be wrong. Yes, that includes happiness. Why am I so happy? Did something happen to somebody else that I enjoyed? Well, they got their justice. I feel better. I'm not saying I don't go through it. I do. But I have to, don't I really need to, shouldn't I question myself on those things? Right? 20 battery left. Really? Already? Yeah. Yep. About the only reason I have Facebook now is because of this. And even then, I'm thinking, yeah, I've got thoughts, but then what? Let's see. We discuss them with someone immediately, and it make amends quickly if we have harmed anyone. Now, I hear a lot of people do this, okay, but what they don't do is the next part. Oh, I feel better. It's not enough. It's not enough. I've got to go the next step. Then we resolutely turn our thoughts to someone we can help. Okay, I've done that. God, what do you need me to do? Give me some direction. Which way do I need to go here? Which way do I go? Which way do I go? What's my name again? What's my age again? Right. And we have ceased fighting anything or anyone, even alcohol. For by this time, sanity will have returned. We will seldom be interested in liquor. If attempted, we recoil from it as from a hot flame. We react sanely and normally. And we find that this has happened automatically. I call this part, actually, it happens about the 4th, 5th step. Okay? I call it the Karate Kid portion of the program. This is what I tell my sponsees. In the beginning, I tell them, "You've seen Karate Kid?" They're like, "Yeah, which one?" I'm like, "Okay, you've seen them, right? Whether it's the wax on or pick up your coat, doesn't matter. It's the point that at some point the kid gets angry and feels like he isn't getting anywhere because those people over there are training differently. Well, those are non-alcoholics, Dion, and they don't do things like we do. They got their way, but this is the way that works for us. So pick up your coat, wax on, dude." Right? What is it that we're learning in the beginning? It's delayed gratification because the whole world is full of instant gratification. That's what every human being in this world is looking for. We want to feel better now. So when it comes to this, I may feel better, but I haven't done any action yet. Oh, I called my sponsor and talked to them. So it's not really action in my mind. Okay. Once I 10th step something, I need to go to a meeting, share my experience, strength, and hope. Maybe I'm going to go there and tell on myself so other people don't have to go through it. And be a good example of the fact that I fucked up, but I'm here. I'm still going to move forward towards that perfection, even though I know it's progress. We will see that our new attitude toward liquor has been given us without any thought or effort on our part. It just comes. This is the free gift that we talk about. And a gift is always free. So it's kind of an oxymoron. But I mean, I survived another year, so I get birthday presents. You didn't do anything. You just lived. right? It's the miracle. You did do something, and because I'm gonna give it to us because we need it. You asked for help and meant it. That's the hardest part. It's the hardest fucking part to get to. There is no step that compares to finding the gift of desperation. No step is harder. That psychic change is the hardest step. We're not fighting it. Neither are we avoiding temptation. It's because we're free now. We're free. I don't care if I'm going to go somewhere. Alcohol is not a deciding factor for me anymore. Is there going to be drinking there? I didn't even ask that question. I didn't, there's most of the activities that I do, there is no drinking. It just happens to be that way. But a lot of us like to do these other things, right? Some of us are musicians in here. There's drinking around that. There's people in sales here. There's definitely drinking around that. I mean, there's all sorts of things because, other people can get away with that. But we're finding out that alcohol is just no good for you at all in any form, in any amount. Duh. All right. But that's nice because if you go and 12 somebody, you're like, I fucking hate alcohol. It's the worst. Do you know what it did to me? No, they're not going to listen to you. Because what you're doing is you say you hate them. That's how they're taking it. That's how I would take it. We have not even sworn off. We didn't swear. I pinky swear. I this swear. I swear on my mother's grave. None of those are any good in the light of an alcoholic. In fact, there's only one way, and the proof is in the pudding, which means action. Time is really only good to let other people know that you're serious about what you're doing. It's really about the only thing that it's good for. Besides progress and milestones, I think it's good for that. We're neither cocky nor are we afraid. No, we're neutral. We're Switzerland. AA is Switzerland. We have no opinion on it. My only aim, my one and only aim, is to use my experience, strength, and hope to see if I can help you with a better life. That's it. I mean, you don't want anything from me? No. No. Mm-mm. You already given me everything that I need from you, and I appreciate that. And what is it? The fact that it doesn't work out there anymore. But I don't really say that anymore. I used to. Oh, you're just showing me it doesn't work out there anymore. That doesn't really make a person feel like they belong. So I got rid of the line. If they want to know, well, how am I helping you? I'll tell them, please don't take offense to this because I want to help you. But you're just telling me that it doesn't work out there anymore. But I do want to help you, right? But otherwise, no. Throwing my own little jabby jaws and shit in there. I don't need that crap. So I'm learning. That is how we react so long as we keep in fit spiritual condition. I always read that line slow because otherwise it'll come out. That is how we react so long as we keep in fit spiritual condition. That's the only reason. So there's a requirement there. I'm going to get the rest of this that we just talked about as long as I stay in fit spiritual condition. Now, the next part, I tell you what not to do because we alcoholics need to be told what not to do, not necessarily what to do. Because once we figure out in a situation that we have the cart before the horse, we usually change. So it is easy. Okay. If there's anything easy in the program, it's this. You want easy, simple? You want the easier, softer way? There you go. And even then, I don't know. I'm going to tell you, I don't know what the easier, softer way is. I don't know. Because both drinking and recovery have been hard. So I would say pick your hard. Pick your hard. Yeah. It is easy to let up on the spiritual program of action and rest on our laurels. We are headed for trouble if we do, for alcoholism is a subtle foe. Alcohol can't be a subtle foe, but alcoholism is. That's a subtle foe. It's also patient. It doesn't my alcoholism, my disease doesn't understand time. Diseases aren't like, okay, you know how long it's been? So I think it's alcoholism. But either way, we are not cured of alcoholism. What we really have is a daily reprieve contingent on the maintenance of our spiritual condition. There's that requirement again. Because what we have is a daily reprieve contingent on this maintenance. On the maintenance. So what's the requirement here? Well, I've got to have a spiritual condition. Well, Dion, I don't have a spiritual condition. Even if it's bad, you have a spiritual condition. It's when we totally deny that there's a higher power that we do not have a spiritual condition. But even hating God is a condition. So we've got to stay in good spiritual condition. Right? I say this often. The gangbanger has more purpose than the person sitting in their parents' basement at 30 years old doing nothing. Yeah. That gangbanger will get further in life because they actually have purpose. May not be a good one, but having a bad purpose is better than no purpose at all. Having no purpose in life will lead to suicide. It leads to death. So I've got to maintain it. Well, how do I maintain it? Just keep doing what you're doing. Talk to God, pray. But what else did it say? It said, then we resolutely turn our thoughts to someone we can help. Well, if you want to keep a spiritual condition, help somebody. That's it. When all activities fail, don't even bother with the other activities. Just go straight to helping people. Every day is a day when we must carry the vision of God's will into all of our activities. How can I best serve thee? Thy will, not mine, be done. These are thoughts which must go with us constantly. We can exercise our willpower along this line. All we wish is a proper use of the willpower. What? You got your willpower back. Good job. Yeah, I have willpower against alcohol now. It's called my higher power. It's not me. God's willpower. God's willpower. God's willpower. Well, aren't you not a spiritual being? You know, I heard somebody say this the other day, and I've been saying it. Okay. I have a soul. I am a soul. What you're looking at is a human soul. It happens to be packed in this body. But I have a soul. You bet I do. We are spiritual beings. And one way or another, we are all connected. Right? There's nothing that excites me more than watching Neil deGrasse talk about how science is God. I love it. All right. So they've taken traces right down to your atoms, which has all these different minerals and different things in it, right? I'm not enough scientific enough. Okay. Well, this is traces back to exploding stars. You're a star. You're a falling star. You're connected. We are all connected. spiritually because something happened that was much bigger than us. Okay. But God's world is perfect. It can't be any other way. Now, when we say God's world is perfect, I don't mean all the people in it and the stuff going on. No, it's the trees and the bees and the forest and the grass. And knowing that if gravity was just this much off, we wouldn't be here. If it was just a little centimeter off, we wouldn't even be here. The earth would not be around. All of that is bigger than us. That all of that's bigger than me. Okay? So then we take a look at it and we're like, well, gosh, compared to all that I'm small. No, you're not. You're the universe. You're the whole universe packed into one tiny little being. And I don't want to take advantage of that anymore in a bad way. Now I wanted to put it to good use. Now everybody is a child of God, or we're all star children. Yeah. Science and God they're the same. It's still bigger than me. All right. Thank you everybody for being here. I know some of you are going to go to the 3:00 meeting. I'm done for the day. So I got my new PS5 controller. So now I can actually, now my character doesn't go in a circle. Playing Dying Light 2. I like my horror and, people are like, you want to play games? What kind? Video games? No, not with. I don't play video games with anybody. It is a solo thing. In my wife's house, no, I'm sorry. I play to get away from people. I'll tell you the problem. Let's say we're playing Borderlands, right? It's just a first-person shooter. Where you're going off that way. I don't want to go. I'm not headed that way yet. I've been playing games for so long. I clear maps the way I want to clear maps. I think I'm down to one person here. Now I'm playing. I was playing Hogwarts Legacy, right? And I think it's just funny that you could be sitting there talking to a shop owner while you're stealing his shit. All right, that's it for today. Thank you everybody for being here. I appreciate it. I love you. I love you. Peace out and have a day.